On the evening of December 12, 1985, a 2-year-old girl mysteriously wandered into a Kmart in Spanway, Washington, all by herself. Store employees desperately tried to find the girl's parents, but they weren't anywhere to be found. The child was too young to be of any help, and with no other viable options, the employees sent the girl to a foster home until police could investigate the case. 3 days later, when her foster mother noticed scratches and bruises on her body, she was taken to the Mary Bridge Children's Medical Center. It was there that a nurse recognized the little girl, Crystal Louise Robertson, as a missing child whose photo had been shown on an earlier news broadcast. When police officers arrived to ask about the whereabouts of her parents, Diana and Michael, all little Crystal could say was, quote, "Mommy's in the trees." A family goes missing. 21-year-old Diana Lee Robertson, her 36-year-old boyfriend Michael Reimer Jr., and their daughter Crystal had all gone missing the same day the 2-year-old ended up alone at Kmart. The three of them had last been seen venturing into the woods searching for a Christmas tree. Michael Reimer worked as a roofer, but would also lay animal traps to supplement his income with the sale of small furs. After searching for the tree, Michael had also planned to check on his traps laid along an 80-mile stretch of the Nisqually River deep within the Elbe Forest. Any trace of the family was lost at some point during that endeavor. Crystal was eventually reunited with her grandmother, Louise Conrad, the following Sunday, but the whereabouts of her parents remained a mystery. Search parties led by Reimer's friends and father bore no results, despite exhaustive ground and air coverage. The couple had vanished, leaving no clues behind. Meanwhile, Louise Conrad reported that her granddaughter was silent and, quote, always looking around, now seemingly void of personality. The young girl proved to be no additional help to the police or the search parties, even though the 5 words she had shared would ultimately prove incredibly accurate. Mommy was indeed lost in the trees. It was a little over 2 months after the child was identified that a man walking his dog happened upon a female body buried in the snow under the forest canopy. Diana Robertson had been stabbed 17 times, and a tube sock had been tied around her neck. Reimer's truck, a 1982 Plymouth pickup, was also found abandoned next to her. The suspected killer. Within Reimer's truck, there was a number of uncertain but troubling clues to what might have happened to the family. The front seat was stained with blood, and even more hauntingly, a manila envelope was found on the dashboard with a written note that simply read, "I love you, Diana." With Michael Reimer seemingly nowhere to be found, the county undersheriff, Randy Hamilton, pointed to Reimer as, quote, either a suspect or an additional victim. Diana Robertson's boyfriend officially became a person of interest, and realistically the primary suspect, thanks to the 2 domestic disturbance complaints against him. It didn't help that he also had a previous arrest for domestic assault and malicious damage from October of 1984. In that incident, he'd broken Robertson's door and thrown her to the floor, a violent history that some found potentially incriminating. His father, Michael L. Reimer Sr., fiercely contested the possibility of his guilt and held the belief that his son must be dead too. On the other hand, though, Louise Conrad felt that the note in the truck must have been a sort of apology, a final confession from Reimer Jr. She stated that, quote, I have cards that he had given to her on different holidays and things. He signed exactly the same way. Yet FBI handwriting analysis came back inconclusive, and while tests on the blood found in the vehicle revealed that they were of human origin, they failed to indicate a blood type. Michael Reimer Jr. remained a suspect, especially considering he had been trapped in the area for 15 years, and this wasn't the first murder to take place there. A gruesome precursor. Before Diana and Michael went missing, on August 10, 1985, another couple disappeared on a camping trip nearby at Tule Lake, a 42-year-old woman named Ruth Cooper and her 27-year-old boyfriend, Steve Harkins. His body, still inside his sleeping bag, was found in a campground with a bullet in the head only 4 days after they went missing. The next month, hunters found Cooper's body and purse in the same area, with a tube sock tied around the neck. Given the startling similarities between the case and the Mommies in the Trees murder, 2 main theories developed. Either an unknown serial killer had killed all 4 people, or Michael Reimer himself was the perpetrator. a serial killer at large? The joint case went cold until March 26th of 2011, 25 years after Diana Robertson's body was found. A hiker trekking about a mile away from the site of the discovery found a human skull. It was Michael Reimers. Detectives from the Pierce and Lewis counties pledged to look into the case once more, but with no body and no detectable cause of death, there was little to go on with. To date, the rest of his remains have not been found, and an additional double murder from March of 1985 has also possibly been linked to the crimes. Whether Michael was involved or whether a serial killer remains at large near the Elbe Forest remains to be seen. Creepy mystery channels may seem far removed from the rest of YouTube, but Dark5 and you are still a big part of the community, whether YouTube likes it or not. Ads are turned off for this special, so please help us join with YouTubers around the world and donate to Team Trees. We're planting 20 million trees by January 1st, 2020. Click the link in the description or go to teamtrees.org to donate. $1 plants one tree, and YouTube is matching the next $1 million donated. Let's keep YouTube creepy and green.